Hello, we're at a tiny house in Allyn-Grapeview. So this is the tiny house, and then we can go in. There's a few steps into the house. It's pretty nice. I think we're the 4th guest in the Airbnb, so everything is very fresh. There's an electric grill on the right side. There are string lights everywhere, so it lights up really nicely at night. And this whole walkway is mostly covered, so even if it rains, it doesn't get too wet, so you can still hang out outside. And then further down there are 2 seats overlooking the water, so we can enjoy dinner, breakfast, or lunch here. The view's pretty nice. We don't have access to the water, but it's totally fine. It's too cold to be in the water anyway. And then here, there's a small table with seats to have dinner. And then we keep going down the steps. This is the backyard area. There's a whole patio, a walking way. It feels like a dock that's going to the water, but it just goes into a bunch of pebbles with an electric propane stove. So you can make a fire there at night. It's pretty warm. And then there are some plants and a hummingbird feeder. And then we'll go into the house. And we're in the tiny house. This is the main door with the lock that you can access. There's a whole living room here, a 2-person love seat, and then there are blankets, board games, and coasters everywhere for us to stay entertained. The table is super nice, the wood and resin table. I want to make one of these, but it seems a lot of work. But I think this one is really well made. There's a TV and an electric fireplace. So the fire is not real, but it's definitely warm. And then on the right side, there's 2 swing doors that's so tight and nearly impossible to open, but it's nice if it's nice out, but we haven't opened it since it's too cold. Then the dining area is a 2-seater. We don't use it that much, but it's plenty of space to do work, to eat dinner and all that stuff. And then the kitchen is pretty well equipped, a bunch of pots, pans, plates, and cups. They have coffee makers. The convection oven is great. They don't have a stove, but they have an electric burner. And then everything is hand washed. There's no dishwasher, but that's totally fine. And then a pretty big fridge on this side as well. And then this side is the main bedroom loft. So the stairs are pretty sturdy. It's a little creaky, but it's nice. And if we go up, there are pipe railings all over. It's a kind of a theme throughout the house. Pipe railings, light color wood panels, and white accents. And the light on the ceiling is super bright. These Edison light bulbs are really nice. So this is the master loft. I think it's a queen size bed. You can't sit up straight, but you can crawl around and then sleep there. There are 2 nightsets on either sides, and they have many plugs to charge your phones, which is very nice. There are 2 heaters on the side as well. You can adjust the temperature so it stays on and keeps us warm. It was pretty cold last night. The window also has a very nice view of the ocean. When we first woke up, it was pretty foggy, but I think around 7:30 was when we saw the water. It would have been nice if the ceiling were about a foot taller. I can't really sit up straight here, so it's not the most comfortable if I want to read, do work, or just hang out up here. When you're up here, pretty much you can only be lying in bed, otherwise it's not tall enough, but that's okay. So that was the master loft. Now we'll go back down and then go into the second loft. We'll go up the second loft. This loft, it's more a ladder than stairs. It's pretty much a pipe ladder. Not the most comfortable to go up and down since it's pretty, hurt your feet a little bit, but it's not too bad. This is the second loft. It's a full-size bed, so it's much smaller. There's no extra space on the sides, but it's enough to sleep 2 more people. Lots of pillows and blankets and well thought out light placements. They have a small shelf with plugs, lights, and a small holder for your phones and random stuff. Very thoughtful when you're trying to read or do some stuff before going to bed. Overall, it's a very cozy spot. A little bit more headroom here. I think this loft is a little lower than the other loft, so I can actually sit up straight, which is more comfortable, but obviously the space is just a little bit smaller. Now I'll climb down and then head to the bathroom. So behind the kitchen is a door to the bathroom. It's not huge, but it's very spacious for a tiny house. There's a shower tray, a pretty decent sized sink for brushing your teeth. The toilet's here, and surprisingly like a full-size washer dryer. For a tiny house, this is pretty impressive. So that concludes our tiny home tour. We were here for 3 nights. Got to cook plenty of food, even do the laundry, and it was a very cozy experience. Went on a few walks, went outside, went to town. The backyard's really nice. We had one night where we just hung out there with the fire and unwind. Overall, very comfortable, has all the accommodations you need. So it will be a really good getaway from Seattle. See you next time.